Hello everyone, it's me, Maria Peterson. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a bit of a different kind of motivation for you. Typically I like to do cleaning and organizing motivation, but today I'm going to be doing healthy lifestyle motivation. I am a certified personal trainer. I have an NASM certification in personal training and group fitness, and I love to talk fitness and just living a balanced life. So if you are new here, I am so glad you're here. I hope you all stick around. Let's get started. All right, so the goal of this video today is to just give you a few little tips, tricks, ideas to help you jumpstart your health journey. Especially as this video comes out, it is the new year. A lot of people come up with New Year's resolutions or goals to change their lifestyle a bit, to live a more healthy one. And I am all for setting goals, resolutions, whatever motivates you. But the thing about accomplishing those is consistency. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 children. I have a 10, 7, and 4-year-old. So I can definitely relate with it being just hard to fit it in, frustrating to be able to stay consistent. But the biggest thing is consistency and starting. We can get derailed a lot of the times and be frustrated and just stop or give up. And the big thing is that you're always going to come across a hurdle on the way. And once you get over that hurdle, you need to keep going. And not every setback is going to completely ruin everything and everything that you have accomplished. I am a big advocate for body positivity and really just appreciating everything that your body has accomplished, everything that it can do, and just loving who you are. I think we live in a time where social media is just everywhere, and we are constantly bombarded with products, programs, clothing, all of these things to try to help us reach this goal that might not necessarily be obtainable or realistic. I am all for finding balance in your life and learning to love yourself and give yourself the grace that it deserves, because you are awesome. That being said, I think we also can be very hard on ourselves about not exercising or having some big structured program. And I am all for being consistent and working movement in to your daily life and having some form of structure. But I think we often sell ourselves short. There is this thing called T.D.E.E, which is your total daily energy expenditure. And you would be amazed at how much you actually do every day. T.D.E.E is all the stuff that you do, whether it's getting up with your kids in the night, chasing them around the house, doing laundry, vacuuming, going to the grocery store, shuttling your kids everywhere. We are constantly on the move and our body is constantly expending energy. And you are doing so much more than you even realize. So if you didn't fit a workout in that day, or you felt like you just aren't doing enough in the fitness world, don't be so hard on yourself. You do so much more than you even realize. Okay, let's talk getting started. One of the things that was taught to me while I was doing all of my certifications as a personal trainer was SMART goals. These are not new or unique to fitness. Corporations, businesses, schools use SMART goals to help people progress towards a goal. I think that it is a great resource and a great way to think about what we are doing and how realistic is it. So, SMART goal, it's an acronym. It's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. That's what the letters stand for. So let's go over each letter and think about what your goals are. I'm going to use what my goal is coming up in the future as an example. So let's start with specific. I need to set a specific goal. Now, some of us have just had a baby, or we've just been so busy with our life that we haven't prioritized our health. I have been pretty consistent since I had my daughter 4 years ago. I'm back to feeling strong again, clothes are fitting in a way that I feel confident in, and it has taken time. But I have been consistent all of these 4 years, and sometimes I've been a little bit leaner than other times, but for the most part, I have kept movement, healthy eating, and exercise a part of my daily life for the last 4 years, up until September of this year. I was training for a full marathon in October, but mid-September, right at the peak of my training, we all got COVID for the very first time, right around when my children went back to school. That was a big setback. It hit me really hard. I have asthma. I've never handled respiratory illnesses very well, and I'm also not very good at giving myself the time to recover from an illness. That's on me. That's a me problem, but I'm sure some of you can relate. So the last 3 months, I have been dealing with different respiratory illnesses back to back, and I've just been sick and I have been tired, and anytime I have tried to exercise, it has just been so difficult. So I finally, the month of December, said enough is enough. I am going to properly rest and recover so that I can be ready come the new year. And I'm gonna set some goals for the summer to work towards. I've signed up not but for one, but for 3 different races this summer. Now, do I recommend this to a novice person who has never really exercised regularly? No. 1 race, S.M.A.R.T. 3 races, it is a little bit more ambitious, but I am a seasoned runner. I have run a number of half marathons and other types of races and distances. So I know that it is something I can do because I can see a pattern in my past of being able to accomplish those goals. So for a specific goal, it needs to be detailed. It needs to be specific. It needs to be, anybody can read it. So my goal is run a half marathon by Mother's Day 2024. And then the action I'm going to do to obtain that goal is to follow a training plan and make sure that I am taking care of myself and eating a healthy, balanced diet. So that was specific. Now we're going measurable. How am I going to measure my progress as I do this? Goals need to be measurable or quantifiable so that you can establish that you have made progress throughout. If I just go out and run occasionally, I'm not really going to know if I'm ready to run a half marathon by Mother's Day. But if I follow a training plan and I have different points of that training plan where I am challenging myself and testing to see if I've made any progress, that is something that is measurable. So I know where I stand, where I might need to improve, or hey, I'm doing way better than I thought I was. So if your goal is to lose weight, just setting a goal that like, I want to lose weight. Yes, that's a goal, but it's not quantifiable. It's not something that you can measure. You weigh different weights throughout the day, so you could easily reach that goal by going to bed and then waking up in the morning and you're a little bit lighter. So goal accomplished. That's too easy. And is that really what you mean by lose weight? So my specific goal, run a half marathon by Mother's Day by following a training plan. Measurable, I'm following a training plan that is going to check my progress throughout my training process to make sure that I am reaching the milestones I need to reach my goal. And number 3 is attainable. Is my goal something that I can actually do and that I want to do? I know for me personally that I want to run this half marathon because I love the sense of accomplishment that I get from it. And I also love the benefits of cardio for my lungs and my overall physical well-being and my physique, honestly. I want to look good and feel good in my clothes too. So my goal is challenging, but is not so challenging that I just couldn't accomplish it. Would I be able to run a full marathon by Mother's Day at this point? Probably not. But for right now, I know that I can run the 13.1 miles. Even if it's a little slower than what I'm used to, I know it is a goal that I can accomplish. It's very attainable for me to be able to do. Okay, moving on to realistic, which attainable, measurable, specific, these things all kind of touch on it, but realistic gets a little bit more specific. Am I actually willing to do the work that is needed to reach the goal? Of course, I want to run the half marathon. Of course, I want to look or feel better in my clothes. Of course, I want the number on the scale to be lower, but am I willing to do the work to actually get to that point? A lot of the times you can make the time to do it. It's the do I want to make the time to do it. So if that's not realistic, running a race and all of the training time, it's just not realistic. I don't want to do all the training for it. I'm just not feeling it. Pick a different goal. Pick something else to do that's going to make you feel happy and accomplished. You don't have to run a half marathon to be awesome. You're already awesome. Pick something else. Maybe it's, I want to be able to curl my 25-pound weight for 10 reps before I burn out. That's a pretty obtainable goal, but it's going to take some work. I've got to be able to do all of these ones a bunch of times first before I can do this one. So I know that I can accomplish this mostly because I've done it before and I like running. But if the goal that you've picked is something that maybe you've never done before and you have no idea if you can even do it, I think it is awesome to set a goal that is ambitious, but I think you need to be able to set even smaller goals between that and the big goal to make sure that you can progress through it and stay motivated. And the last thing is timely. I have mixed feelings about this one because, well, you can't really put an endpoint on longevity and staying consistent and doing fitness for your whole life, right? But you can have little things like a half marathon or a certain weight that you are lifting, little things that are achievable, a certain amount of days or weeks or months of consistency, things that just motivate you to keep going. Your thing could simply be, I want to reach this goal of consistency in days or weeks, and then I'm gonna buy myself that nice pair of shoes. Don't waste your money though. Like, don't spend money you don't have for your reward. I mean, don't cause more problems for yourself. Set a budgeting goal along with it if you need to. Timely basically means like, I want to do something and you've got an end goal in mind. Fitness is a lifetime journey, so it's hard to just be like, I want to do fitness. And that's it. That's not really a realistic goal. There's no like end point of fitness. Doing little things like my race is on Mother's Day, so that is my timely goal. I have a set date that I'm aiming for. It might be, I want to maintain consistency and do this 3 times a week for 8 weeks. Something that is measurable, obtainable, it gives you a set goal. That being said, thinking about the big picture, why do you want to do fitness? For me, I want to be an example of a healthy lifestyle for my children, show balance, show mom eating the treats, but show mom also doing the fitness, which is a weird phrase that I'm now stuck on and I am so sorry. But just being a good example, showing my kids good things to do, but it also boosts my mood. I'm a better mom when I'm consistent with exercise. I deal with anxiety, I deal with mom guilt, I deal with brain fog, I deal with ADHD, all of these things that could really make or break me sometimes, but I have found that when I'm consistent with movement, it makes me more present and I am more able to be the mom that I want to be. But I also notice that my kids notice. When I'm on the treadmill, my middle son, Callum, will almost always show up with his tennis shoes on, ready to have a turn on the treadmill. My son, Hugo, will get excited when I have gone on a crazy long run, or he'll see me at the end of the race, or his dad, my husband, also likes to run, and he'll be like, oh, I can't wait until I can do that someday. My kids will come out and get weights and work out with me. They get excited about these things because I'm excited, but I don't sugarcoat it. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I'm frustrated. Sometimes I can't lift the weight, and they see that too, but they see that I'm consistent and I challenge myself. And I think that that is the biggest thing. I often talk to my oldest son about how it's not about being perfect or being the best. It's just about showing up and trying to be as consistent as you can be. But if you're the type of person that doesn't like coming up with your own workouts, which is very much me, again, I'm a personal trainer. I'm happy to come up with a workout for somebody else, but when it comes to me, I want the thought taken out of it. I want someone else to help guide me through my workout. And that's why I am such an advocate for using things like YouTube as a resource, because there are people that are working so hard to produce amazing content to help people reach their goals. And it is just an amazing resource now to have. The biggest thing getting back into working out consistently is to start small. Start with 2 to 3 days a week and work your way up. I think that jumping in 5 days a week might set you up to feel pretty sore and pretty burnout. Crunches alone are not going to reduce any type of belly area. You cannot specifically target a certain spot in your body, but overall consistency, calorie deficit, and healthy lifestyle is going to help you to reach that goal if it's the goal that you have and if it's a realistic one for your body type. Some of us are just not designed to have a six-pack, and that's okay. I do not have a six-pack, but I can curl a lot of those heavy weights, and that's something. And figuring out where to start, especially if you're using videos or anything as a resource, I would just start searching around and find something that I like, somebody that resonates with me, something that is going to keep me coming back. If it's a workout that's crazy hard, you don't really like the person, turn it off and do another one. You don't necessarily have to finish it just for the sake of finishing it. You want to find somebody that resonates with you. There are just so many resources. It can be overwhelming, but just trying a few, seeing what resonates with you is going to help you continue to show up. The same with finding a personal trainer. If you go to the gym and you get a personal trainer and you are just not jiving, ask to see somebody else. It's not a problem. I would much rather you speak up and find someone that is going to help you be consistent than to just stop showing up and give up on your goals. It's being able to use your voice, recognize when something is just not working, I think I want to find something better, and doing that. So what I do is I think of my body in sections. And if I do an upper body workout one day, I will try to work in a lower body workout the next day. And oftentimes when I'm using YouTube or something like that, it's not a personal trainer that's specifically planning anything for me. And you don't necessarily need that. You just need something to help balance your body out. You don't want to have muscle imbalances everywhere because you only focus on legs or you only focus on arms because those are the spots you're trying to target. You just need consistency, and those areas will come in time. It's challenging yourself where is appropriate and making sure that you're balancing things out. I think, tend to go so hard on full body because it's hitting my whole body. I'm gonna have progress sooner, but you're also likely to burn out sooner. So giving your lower body time to rest while you work your upper body is going to make it that much easier for you to be consistent and keep showing up because you're not constantly sore and injured in all of the same spots. You're a little sore in your legs, but I'm working my arms. I'm a little sore in my arms, so I'm gonna work my legs. Soreness is normal, but it's just balancing things out. You pick out who you wanna work out with, pick out a form of workout that you want to do. It is consistency, strength training, and cardio to help you reach those goals, and it's just showing up, doing your best. Okay, let's talk food and hydration. These are big parts of reaching your goals, especially if your goal is weight loss. Making sure that you are eating healthy and not eating more than what your body necessarily needs is a big factor in being able to maintain a weight loss. One big thing that has helped me in maintaining my goals is meal prepping. I do not do it every single week. I do it in different ways. Some days I will specifically do meal preps. I have a lot of meal prep videos on my channel already in a playlist, which I will link in the description for you. A lot of the times we just double our dinner and we take our leftovers and put them in meal prep containers. And that is what we did this week. This week, or at least last night, we did a blackened chicken salad, and it was a really good one to meal prep. If you're hitting all of your macronutrients, you wanna make sure that you're getting good fats, proteins, and carbohydrates into your diet every day, and this one was really balanced. I've got protein in the chicken, there's healthy fats in the dressing, I'm getting a good amount of carbs from the vegetables, along with, micronutrients out of all of it. So it's a balanced meal. Salads are a really easy way to make sure that you're getting enough roughage in your diet, but you also need to make it obtainable. It needs to be something you're actually gonna eat. It's just making sure that we're balanced about it. You better believe that I am going to eat a sweet treat at the end of the night. I have done it every night of probably my life in all of existence. I absolutely love a sweet treat. It's often my reward for keeping my children alive for another day. That being said, I have to do it in moderation. I can't sit down on my couch with a pint of Ben & Jerry's fish food and expect myself to be able to not eat half of the pint. But if I portion it out, then there's no problem, and I am less likely to forget myself and continue to eat the ice cream until it's gone. Something to take into account too is a lot of the treats and things that we get, or even the health foods all foods, at least in the United States, they come with a nutrition label. And a lot of the times those nutrition labels have a serving size, and I think sometimes we forget to look at that. I don't want it to be something where it's like an obsessive thing where you're a failure if you didn't read the nutrition label, but the nutrition label comes with a serving size. So this chocolate bar that I have here, these are really good, by the way. It's in big number, in big letters, it says 150 calories. And if you don't look any further than that, you think this whole chocolate bar, 150 calories? Yes, please. But it's 150 calories for a third of the bar. So eating just a third of the bar, yeah, 150 calories. But if you eat the whole thing, that's 450 calories, which 450 calories in a meal is not enough for a meal, but as a snack, especially one that's not particularly balanced, that's a lot of additional caloric intake for the day. Try to balance it out. If I want to have chocolate, maybe I would take this, break it into pieces and put it on some yogurt to balance it out and add a little bit of peanut butter or berries. Bananas would be delicious with this. Bananas and peanut butter and this chocolate bar on yogurt. Oh man, that would be so good. Anyways, there's ways to have the treats that you love, whether it be making it homemade with different ingredients or just making sure that you're portioning it out. You don't have to cut things out to lose weight or to maintain a certain physique. It's just being able to find balance, and a lot of it is just learning self-restraint. I have sat down and eaten the entire thing of fish food. It's my personal favorite, but I don't do it every time. Another way that I have cut body mass when I have wanted to was counting calories. Your body needs fuel, it needs calories, it needs to have that to survive, and you need that to maintain a healthy workout schedule as well. If you are working out a lot and you're not eating, you're more prone to injury, exhaustion, illness, all of these things. So it's just a big thing of making sure that you are consistent. In a calorie deficit, yes, sometimes you're gonna feel hungry, but if you are balancing your meals and having things like oatmeal or quinoa, a better prepared Rio would have already had these things here, but say this is full of watermelon. This cup right here, full to the top of watermelon, and this has a tablespoon of olive oil in it. These are calorically the same. So you could drink this olive oil and that's only a little bit in your stomach, but you could also instead eat this whole thing of watermelon and be a little bit more satiated and full. So it's getting to know your foods, getting to know what is in them, what is calorically dense, what isn't, and balancing that out. If you're not a big vegetable person or fruit person, I would say you could set yourself a goal of getting one thing that you've never really tried before for a meal and trying it. If you're like me and you could eat the same thing every day, you don't have to like everything. There's nothing wrong with not really liking a lot of vegetables, but I would encourage trying to find at least one that you like. If you're gonna count calories, I would only do it for a certain block of time, like 8 to 12 weeks, depending on what your goals are. I think it's really important to take breaks and to see your progress, but also to trust yourself. You start to learn what a normal portion size for something is for you. You are more likely to be able to consistently portion that out for yourself without being afraid, oh, but I didn't measure it. But if you're constantly measuring things, you're constantly holding yourself to this standard, you're gonna burn out or you're gonna cause a lot of anxiety over eating, and that is not the goal at all. We don't wanna be afraid of our food. We don't wanna be afraid to eat. Food is amazing, and I absolutely love food. Couldn't live without it. Anyways, if counting calories or going on a diet is something that you do choose to do, I would encourage you to do it as safely as possible and be mindful of what you are actually capable of. Give yourself breaks. Show yourself that you can be trusted and you don't need to constantly hold yourself to this standard of counting every little bite and logging every little thing that you put in your body. You are capable of maintaining yourself without a scale telling you how much you've eaten all the time. Okay, and the last thing in this kitchen we're gonna talk about is hydration. Hydration is really important. Most people on this earth are dehydrated in some way. And hydration is going to be really, really important in helping you be consistent, helping you throughout your workouts, helping you reach your goals. For me, I mentioned before, I have ADHD. I need something that is going to induce dopamine. It is just the way it is. I have no shame about it. So I have a tendency of switching up my water bottles. I have a lot of water bottles in my house. and I'm constantly switching out which one I am drinking from because it just keeps things interesting. I have currently been fixated on my tiny Yeti water bottle, which I absolutely love. It holds 16 ounces of water, and I drink a number of these throughout the day. Right now, it's my favorite because it has the pour spout, so I can just pour the water into my body, get it in there quickly and efficiently, and when I'm traveling or when I don't want to keep filling up my water bottle, I also have a big version. I'm not saying this is normal, nor am I encouraging you to buy 1,000 water bottles, especially these Yeti ones. These happen to be a gift to me. That is why I have them. But I have them in 2 sizes depending on what I want and what I need. Sometimes I prefer a straw, and so I also have a number of water bottles with straws in them, and they are all of various sizes. This Stanley one has been featured in a number of my cleaning videos. It is always in the background. It is the one I'm drawn to usually. Mostly the point of me bringing this up is to make hydrating interesting, whether it be putting a flavoring in your water, using one of those infused water bottles. They make water bottles that have ounces marked and different times of the day, and even like encouraging affirmations like, yeah, you drink your water, you drink that water, you know, things like that that just make water drinking more interesting. I happen to be a fan of just your plain old flavorless water. Where we live, our water is clean and it tastes good. That is something that we are very lucky to have, so I'm able to drink water straight from the tap or my fridge, and I'm not really worried about it. I understand that that is not the case for everyone everywhere, so finding a way for yourself to maintain hydration will be very important, whether it be investing in a water purifier or buying pallets of water and using water bottles. Even if you're not working out consistently, or you have to take a break, or you've been sick or anything, like hydration is still important. Regardless of whether or not you are exercising, your body needs water to survive more than it needs food to survive. As far as how much water in a day, they say for men it's about 15.5 cups, for women 11 or so cups. I usually gauge it, I take half my body weight in ounces, and that is my minimum goal for water in the day, and then anything after that is just added bonus. So if you're 150 pounds, you're usually gauging, you want to try to hit about 75 ounces of water. Is that math right? Yeah, that's right. 75 ounces of water. Start small. Make it your goal to make it through one 36-ounce water bottle a day, or even one 16-ounce water bottle a day, or 4 cups of water. If you go really, really hard and try to drink 100 ounces in one day when you've never done anything like that before, if you accomplish it, awesome. But don't beat yourself up if you don't, because that's a lot to do in one day, and your body kind of needs time to acclimate, and I am sure you spent a lot of time in the bathroom that day. So I mean, pros and cons. If you want to take consistent breaks throughout the day and the bathroom is the only place that you can do it, drink more water, and that's double benefit because your body gets a lot of water in it, and you also get a break in the bathroom. I said what I said. Drink water. Okay, and finally, recovery. Recovery is really important, and I would put it rest and recovery. You need to have down days where you are not going crazy hard. Can you move every day of the week? Absolutely. You could go on a walk every day of the week. You could go for a light jog every day of the week, but going really, really hard every single day can leave you prone to injury, burnout, fatigue, exhaustion, and overall just not liking the fitness anymore. Give yourself time to actually recover your body. Stretching really is important. As a mom, if I have already gone on a long run or done a really long workout, taking a little bit more time to stretch sometimes is really hard to do because I need to be there for my kids. My husband has a meeting he needs to attend, or overall, I just need to be available, and it's hard. I have been notorious for stretching while I'm playing with my kids. If I'm on the floor with Alice and she's playing with her dolls or something and I'm playing with her, I'm playing in such a way that I am stretching out my hips. I am leaning into it. There are ways to work out stretching, even if it's just sitting on the floor. Sitting on the floor will get you to move your body and stretch it out. So if you don't have time to necessarily devote to the stretching right after your workout, trying to get it done as soon as you can will help. Soreness is not avoidable. You're gonna be sore. Okay, so recovery tools, if you wish to have them or can have them, are things like a foam roller. Myofascial release or foam rolling is really, really helpful with sore muscles. Is it agony while you're doing it? Yes. At least that's my experience. I do not love the foam rolling experience during the whole thing, but I am always glad that I did it, and I always feel so much better. It's rough sometimes. Hitting the tight spots, the hard spots that need to be released, and you've got to hold it there for at least 30 seconds before your body sends the signals that say, hey, relax. Foam rolling, at least 30 seconds on the tight sore spots. It's worth it, but sometimes it hurts real bad. I also really love these things. They roll around, I use them. And then finally, something that can be a little bit more of an investment, but I'm finding these are more and more available and affordable out in the world, is a Theragun. I use this a lot on my quads when I am training. It's just really nice. Okay, friends, well, that is everything that I have for you. I hope that this video helped you a little bit. It's a lot of information. There's a lot that goes into the fitness world, into getting healthy, but ultimately it is just start, be consistent, don't be afraid of food, and just try to find a way to make it fun so that you keep showing up. Be proud of what you have accomplished. See your progress. Find joy in the process and show up for yourself. I hope that you are able to go into this new year with more confidence that you can do it. Just start, just get moving, just go on a walk, drink another cup of water, just show up for yourself. You can do it. You don't need to be absolutely perfect. You just need to start. I'm going to continue to try to motivate you throughout the year. I am going to do some what I eat in a day, some day in the lives. I'm gonna continue the cleaning motivation. I'm gonna throw in some meal prep videos as well throughout the year. If you have any requests for videos, I will do my very best to make those videos for you. That's all I have for you. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any videos, and I'll see you next time. Good luck. You're awesome. You can do it. Bye.